In the past, it seemed like a popular thing among DC fans to say, why can't they make a good Superman game? It's true, there have been some real stinkers. But I normally come back with, what are you talking about? They already did. The Death and Return of Superman game. The Death and Return of Superman is a side-scrolling beat-em-up developed by Blizzard. That's right, the people who gave us WoW, and published by Sunsoft. It follows the storyline from the comics about the death and resurrection of Superman after an epic showdown with the monster Doomsday, and features many characters from the comics such as Cyborg Superman, the Eradicator, Superboy, and Steel. It came out to both the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. It's somewhat of an underrated shame, and I don't think many people know about it, or they want to say, why hasn't there been a good Superman game yet? For the sake of this video, I'll be reviewing the Genesis version. So let's put on our capes and boots and dive into the world of Man of Steel. Right away, you're thrown into Metropolis on a hot summer evening as some monsters are looking to cause trouble. The game tells the narrative with images and test boxes as it takes us to stage 1. Right out of the gate, you got a button for his heat fizzing, a button for punching and throwing, and a button for jumping and flying. Or more like floating. If you hold down the A button, you'll charge up a super heat fizzing being used against enemies, and the B button will deliver combos against the bad guys who appear on screen. Right away, you'll notice that normal weapons like bullets and shots hurt Superman. I know it's not comic book accurate as Superman has invulnerability, but it causes bullets to just bounce off of him, but they had to make the game challenging. If Superman had all his powers, it wouldn't be fun. It's a lot better than Kryptonite Fog. You have different enemies throughout the various stages. Some will just try to punch you, while others has weapons like guns, chainsaw, and multiple cocktails to throw at you. Some enemies will be on vehicles either by air or ground, and you have to jump and kick them off it to beat them. In just the second level, you come face to face with Doomsday. Oh yeah, the ultimate battle between good and evil. When you beat him, he runs off and you have to chase him further through Metropolis to defeat him, leading to Superman's untimely death. After that, you get stages from the other characters in the game, such as Cyborg Superman, the Eradicator, Superboy, and Steel, all with their own powers and movesets and unique story to the overall narrative of the game. In fact, you only play as the original Superman in 3 stages. That's crazy, to think Superman had to die and be born again in order to make his game good. Now the story is solid, and how can it not be? It's based off a popular and huge DC comic storyline that affected the universe and was felt throughout several different heroes' comic books at the time. And coming on the coattails of The Dark Knight Returns was considered one of DC's best comic book story, so the game's story is solid. Then let's talk about graphics. I've never played a Super Nintendo version, so I can't really compare them. I'll leave that to our resident Bratton Nintendo guy. But as for the Genesis, the graphics are good, colorful, and everyone is well defined, including Superman, who stands out among the darkened area from the opening stage. Then there's the sound and music. Every hit, every throw, every explosion, it's felt with that classic Genesis sound. The music really brings you into the action and gives you that feel of comic book heroics that we all know and love. Then there's the controls. They're fluid for the most part, pretty responsive all around and not too clunky and not too delayed. Though sometimes Superman won't move close enough to the enemy to punch them with his punch L. And it seems I can't hit the jump button fast enough to avoid a projectile, but other than that, it plays like a video game. Outside the controller crust, I can't find much to complain about with this one. Yes, they removed some of Superman's powers from his lore, but that was only to make the game more challenging. Superman with all his powers would be like playing a game with cheats enabled. While some people love to cheat, myself included, if you're looking for a challenge, that's not going to leave you very satisfied. Speaking of challenge, the game has plenty of it. You can't really choose your difficulty level like I would like, so the automatic difficulty is probably normal. But right out of the gate, it has challenges enemies and boss fights. Whether you want to or not, chances are you'll be taking a hit and losing a couple of lives. But there, to my knowledge, is unlimited continues, so if you're stuck on a stage, you can always try, and try again. In conclusion, I think The Death and Return of Superman has stood the test of time as not only a great game, but a great Superman game. And in the sea of stinkers from console to console, that's saying a lot. Even to the people who gave us Warcraft and World of Warcraft to actually get Superman right. This has to be the best Superman game until at least interested gods among us. Thank you for joining me here today, and if you're bold, check out some of these other videos. Goodbye. Only real teaching with you fans are still watching the video right now. I got a sheet for you. I made my very own book titled Gaia, a superhero story about a high school student who develops amazing earth and plant-based powers and fights crime, gods, and monsters in the Kansas City area. And you can get your very own copy for the low, low price of $4.99 on Amazon.com. Just follow the link in the description or the pinned comment and get your very own copy today. Amazon.com.